let's go back on the record. We'll do the other matter agenda for the December 4th code enforcement agenda. I'd probably need to swear some folks in. If I'm guessing none of y'all were here at 9 o'clock when we started. So that's when I placed everyone under oath who was previously here. So I need to go ahead and swear everybody in who's going to be talking to me. If you'll please stand and raise your right hands, I can swear everybody in at the same time. Okay, do each of you swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that your testimony this afternoon, this morning, will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. You can have a seat. As the city will call the cases up one at a time. When you hear your case call, please come up to the podium to my right. I'll hear some information from the city, and then I'll hear from you. And you can tell me whatever you want to tell me about your request for a lien reduction, and then I'll make a decision. If you have any cell phones that are on audible, please silence them so they don't interrupt. That'll be helpful. And let's go ahead and get started.
Number 1, 4171 San Marino Boulevard, 201 CE 181000296.
Mitch Posner, Code Enforcement. Case ending in 296, 4171 San Marino Boulevard, number 201. Date order 26 of 19, fine started 3/9 of 19. Rent for 94 days, total $18,800. Fine was $200 a day. Date of compliance 6/11 of 19. Same owner. The city's asking for 50%. The only mitigating factor is they didn't receive notice. But that's inaccurate. It was sent to the correct PAPA address and signed for, and after it was sent, the owner called in and spoke to Officer Levine at the time, so they were certainly aware of the case. And that was on 1/23/19, but the hearing wasn't even until 2/6 of 19. Also cited previously for the same thing, which is a rental license issue.
When was the previous case?
November of 18.
Was there a fine on that case, or did it?
No fine on the previous case. No fine. That one
was cited, though?
Correct. Owner was cited, and they've owned the property since 2005. They've only had the rental license since 2018.
Got it. All right. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Why don't you tell me your name and address, please? We'll start with that.
My name is Sonia Doman. I live in New York City. My address is 55 West Fenimore Street in Valley Stream, New York, 11580.
Okay.
And the property is here, yes, in Florida. I've had it for the period mentioned, some 12 years. It's rented. I claim I didn't get the original notice that a permit was required to rent the place. So I've got my earliest notification of that was the 16 October 2018 letter. I don't know if that was your first, but this was my first. And on the 1st of January, I made a payment. I mailed in the request for the application for permit on 11.
Sir, I'm sorry, I'm having a little trouble hearing. What was the date
If
that
you
you
could
said was your
make-
first notification?
My first notification was October,
And ma'am, we'll have you, if you can speak a little more closely into the microphone, I think that'll help.
yes.
Thank you.
Okay, first notification that I received was dated 16 October 2018. And then I started action on it right away. I mailed back a rental application form, permit form, on November 6, 2018. And I subsequently paid whatever fees were due, application fee, and then started the process to have the place inspected. So the repairs, yes? The repairs took quite a while for various reasons. As I said, I'm in New York. It was being handled by a property manager on my behalf. I paid to you what was due. I asked the property manager to inspect and have repairs done to whatever was needed in the apartment. So quite a few different snags, including mainly access to parts for repairs of big equipment in the apartment, and then other smaller repairs, blinds and moldings and various things. So there are 3 persons in the process: the tenant availability, the inspector availability, and the managing agent availability, to coordinate all of those along with all the repairs. So finally, it only got passed in, what date did I put? No, you read the date when passed inspection, and the liens have ceased, accruing.
How long has this been a rental property that you've been?
Ever since I owned it 12 years ago.
Okay.
And it's been difficult trying to manage at a distance. At one time I did on my own, and then of course I got the managing agent who I expected to do certain things on my behalf, paying a management fee.
Okay. Tell me again what year the prior case was.
Couple things, I need to correct that. There was not a prior case on
Okay.
the rental license. This has been the only issue. What she said she received from October 16, 2018 is when the case was cited. That is the original notice of
That
violation.
is,
Okay.
okay, then I'm sorry.
The things that she needed to repair was because when we went through the rental inspection, these are the issues that she needed to fix to obtain the rental license. So apparently it had been rented for a number of years with these issues.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else, ma'am?
No, I just, would like to request whatever leniency you can give in terms of reducing this large fine.
Okay. Based on the evidence and testimony that I've heard, the current lien or the fine is $18,800. I will reduce that to $5,000 payable within, you do that within 90 days?
Okay,
Within
thank
90
you.
days.
So that ends that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ma'am, there's a copy of your order. Cases numbers 2, 4, and 5 for 701 56th Street, CE 07091184, CE 10060144, and CE 1803019898.
Okay. I'm doing the 3 in chronological order based on
Okay.
the original cases. So the first one I've got is case ending in 184. 701 56th Street, date ordered 12/14/07, fine started 1/14/08, ran for 4,305 days. Total is $861,000.
How
was
long, how many days? I'm sorry.
4,305.
10 years?
Yeah, date of compliance is 10/28/19, so
Okay.
almost 10 years. Well, actually, 11 years, sorry. New owner. Second one, case ending 144, 701 56th Street, date ordered 7/21/10, fine started 10/21/10, 3,273 days, total is $654,600, $200 a day, date of compliance 10/7/19. New owner. Case ending in 198, 701 56th Street, date ordered 4/4/18, fine started 4/20/18, ran for 207 days, total is $207,000, $100 a day, date of compliance 11/13/18.
Excuse me, is that $20,700, not $200,000?
Correct.
Oh.
I'm sorry, $20,700. The city's ask is for $20,000, which is under 2% of the total of these liens.
There was a new owner on all 3 of them.
New owner on all 3 of them. The only mitigating factor, in fact, is that they're a new owner. They definitely fixed up the property. The city managed it for the last 7 years as a chronic nuisance. Of course, but after buying it, they also attempted to advertise for rent without a license and did all the work originally without obtaining any permits. So was cited twice since buying it. They have brought those cases into compliance. The permit issue confuses us because we're dealing with an experienced property owner that's been involved in 8 other properties in this county, so.
This is all the same physical piece of property, yes?
Yes, there are 3 structures on this property. I used to be the chronic nuisance case officer, so I remember it fairly well. There's 3 structures on the property, as I said, managed under chronic nuisance. It looks like property was purchased by this owner for $110,000, appraises at $180,000. City's ask is $20,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Hannah. I am the trustee and the property manager for this property.
What's your last name?
Hannah, Hanna,
What's your full name?
Nermine.
Okay.
The property that we have, these are the pictures for after the property has been fully renovated. We owned it for 3 months, and it has been totally completed and with permits. I don't recall there was any citations, but there has been full permits for the property, and it has been in compliance for the past 2 months. But unfortunately, we were faced with $39,000 that we had to pay to the city of West Palm Beach due to water liens, utility, since 2006, $39,000. We had also paid around $29,000 worth of assessment regarding the boarding of the property and the landscaping that has been taken care of. So we have already paid all the hard costs, which is average $29,000.
That was paid to whom?
That was also paid to the Palm Beach tax collector because it was already put into assessment.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So as I mentioned, Your Honor, I'm not sure there is no displays of any of the previous pictures, but it has been working around the clock to be able to put this property in that kind of shape. And this has been the property that has been having issues and violations since 2008. It has been a very unpleasant scene for many criminals in the area and drug possessions and drug usage in this community. And we have made it the best property.
Objection. I have no record in front of me of any police activity.
Understood. Go ahead.
As ourselves, as a person that was managing the property, myself, in the past 3 months, we have been dealing with many items that were taken from the property that we had to resupply and repurchase. That was around, just for items that has to be resupplied, was about $6,000 in the past 3 months.
What, so you told me about the water lien that was paid and the tax assessments that were paid, but what did you actually put into the property to bring it back to life? In terms of renovations and actual construction work?
This was the pictures of the property before. We had spent an average of $91,000 to put in shape. We had put new roof, we had put stucco, repainted the whole property, and we also had, we have done all the interior fixtures and all kind of different flooring to the 3, it's actually 2 structures, not 3 structures. And we continue to collect garbage on that property every single day. So we have a weekly person that goes just to collect garbage from the public that walks around.
So you spent about $150,000 on renovations and liens and tax assessments, plus whatever you paid for paid for it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And that was a tax deed, it looks like for about 110, and I think that's what the city indicated. So ballpark, you're about $250,000 in on this at this point.
An average, correct.
Ballpark, yeah, that's big number, general math. I'm not good at math. Okay.
2 points,
Okay.
sir?
Yeah.
Okay. The tax assessments were most likely the chronic nuisance fees for work already done, which is why it couldn't be reduced in a lien reduction.
Okay.
And the additional is, the city absolutely stipulates that they put in a lot of work on this property.
Yeah.
The pictures speak for themselves, but we also have the Zillow listing printed 2 days ago, listing the current sale price of roughly $385,000.
Okay. Let me see it. Thank you. Okay. Any bites yet?
I'm sorry?
Any bites yet?
Unfortunately, not yet.
Okay.
And as I said, I think that the clerk have been very familiar with having the struggle that we've been going through just to be able to put the $39,000 together, to be able to get the water peg on the property, to be able to just have work.
Sure.
So it's the longer that it's vacant, the longer we're dealing with more people getting in, more items be taken out.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else from the city?
No, sir.
Okay. Let's see, so we have. All right, on agenda item 5, that's the case ending in 198. That is a $20,700 lien. I'm going to reduce that one to $2,000. Case number ending in 60144. That is a lien in the amount of $654,600. I'm going to reduce that one to $5,000. And case ending in 91184. That's an $861,000 lien. I'm also going to reduce that one to $5,000. So that's a total of 12. Payable within 6 months?
Yes.
You do 6 months? Payable within 6 months. Okay.
Number 3, 1117 21st Street, CE 07050474.
Good morning. Still morning for a few more minutes. Okay.
Case ending in 474-1117 21st Street, date ordered 8/17/07, fine started 9/17/07, 42 days, total is $10,500. Fine was $250 a day, date of compliance 10/29/07. Same only mitigation is disgruntled youth not taking care of the property, I guess is the best way to paraphrase it. The original citations were for outdoor storage and exterior paint.
Yep.
There's no other significant history. City's asking for standard 30%.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good
My
morning.
name is Ivan Gibbs. I own the property at 1117 21st Street.
Okay.
And the statements he made were correct. When I bought that house, I was basically a kid and really didn't have the tools to take care of a home. And then I lost the job that I had during that time. And my dad came to stay with me, and we didn't get along. It got so bad I moved back to my mom's house, and I owned the home. But, you know, long story short, since then, I've really taken responsibility, just taking the approach that wherever I am, I need to make it better. Whatever I do, I need to do my best at it. And encouraging others in the neighborhood, even though it's a high crime neighborhood, encouraging young ones in the area to clean up the neighborhood. I'm working on something to get speed bumps on the street around the park. There are no speed bumps around there. So I'm working on a petition for that now, to try to make the neighborhood better. My family who's here with me, my daughter, we're actually helping our neighbor to the east, and he owns 4 units. He's actually taking care of his yard and his property. So me and my family are committed to making the city better, people-wise, and how it looks.
Okay. I appreciate that. Anything else from the city?
No, sir.
Okay. Current lien in this case is $10,500. I will reduce that to $1,500 payable within, can you do that within 30 days? Do you need more time than that?
30 is good.
30 days. Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Number 6, 825th Street, CE 180600534.
Excuse me.
Oh, go ahead.
Case ending in 534 825th Street. Date ordered 8/1 of 18. Fine started 8/31 of 18. 41 days. Total $8,200. $200 a day. Date of compliance 10/11 of 18. Same owner. Claims didn't receive notice, but it was sent to the correct PAPA address. If need be, I've got the original notice and that PAPA address here. Cited 5 times under this owner, and this is the second time. This case is the second time cited for a rental license issue. City's asking for 50%.
So, when you say it was cited 5 times and this is the second, help me along. You mean this, so?
It was cited 5 times under this ownership. One of the previous ones was also for a rental license issue, which wasn't an issue on this case as well.
Okay, so there were other cases that had other violations that weren't rental license?
Yes, sir.
But everything's in compliance today, or?
Yes, sir.
We wouldn't be here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, gotcha. I understand now. Yes, sir.
Good morning. My name is Duran Nissim. I'm the owner of 825th Street. The original citation was in August 2018. They sent the notice to my office, which I have left, so I didn't get the notice. I think it was sent back, if I'm not mistaken. As soon as I received a call from my tenant, I went to the property and I saw that it needs work. I called the officer, which was, forgot her name. And so I called her right away. I told her I'm going to take care of it, and I did. That was, I think, about a month later than the hearing. So I took care of it right away. And then I didn't know there was a lien on the property. And I found out about the lien a few months ago, and I worked with the city. I called them multiple times, about 50 times, and called the officer, sent emails, and I fixed the other issues. Another thing I wanted to say that they say that there was a problem with the rental license, which wasn't, because when I bought the property, I put a rental license in place. And there was another, I think 2 years ago, that I changed the name. I only changed the name, but it's the same owner. So the city thought that there is a new owner and there is no rental license, but there was. So it's the same owner, the same rental license. And I'm still paying for it. And it was paid, and I sent them the receipt and everything, so.
Okay, anything?
Yeah, okay, as I said, we've got the PAPA sheet from when the case was. I believe he wasn't at the office anymore, but he didn't change the address with the county. He's owned it since April of 17, and as I said, this was the 5th time the property was cited in that timeline. This particular case was for rental license, trash and debris, trash can and view, junk vehicle, vehicle repairs in a residential area, landscaping issues, and outdoor storage. And obviously he was unaware, but if you change the ownership name, you need to make the change on the license, or the license is no longer valid.
Right. All right, anything else you'd like to tell me, sir?
That's all.
Okay. All right, in this case, the current lien fine amount is $8,200. Based on what I've heard, I'm gonna go ahead and reduce this to $3,000 payable within 30, can you do that within 30 days? I can give you more time.
60 days.
60 days, I'll agree to that.
Thank you. I want to say something, one thing, about Fifth Street. I go there every once in a while, and there's a lot of activity on that street. A lot of people on the street selling things. I don't want to say, just wanted to.
All right, yeah, who should he speak to about, I guess,
Uh,
what's on the street?
The officer for that area is now Phil Cartwright. So if you had any code issues with that area, that's who you'd speak with.
Mr. Cartwright and Code Enforcement Division.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
And lastly, number 7, 3011 Windsor Ave, CE 18060295.
Go ahead.
Case ending in 295, 3011 Windsor Avenue. Date ordered 7/18 of 18. Fine started 8/20 of 18, ran for 38 days. Total is $5,700. $150 a day. Date of compliance 9/27 of 18. The only mitigating factor is that it's a new owner. The city's asking standard 25%.
How much? 25? Thank you. Yes, sir.
Sir, my name is Jose Calvo. My address is 105 Princess Court in Royal Palm Beach, 33411 is the zip code. First of all, thank you very much for allowing me to come here before you guys. Purchased the property on June, closed in June. As soon I knew that it was a violation, I contact the court officer, Ray, can't remember his last name. He was very, very grateful and for me to contact him because he had issues with the property. I started working on the property. I did a lot of work on it. I have spent over $60,000 putting a brand new roof, input windows, installing central air conditioning for all the units, applied for rental license. It's already approved. I'm getting good renters on the property. I'm not gonna flip it. I'm gonna keep it. Just trying to build a portfolio for my family and my retirement. So it's already rented. People will be moving into it. Just wanted to come here before you guys, before you, to ask you for a reduction of the minimum you could do. In this case, the property, if you see the pictures, is beautiful. I'm making sure that everybody that is moving in, I do background checks on them. So we not only have a beautiful property, we also got great people living in the city.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Anything else from the
No, sir.
city?
Nope.
This currently lien fine amount is $5,700. I'll reduce that to $1,200 payable within 30 days. Okay?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And I think we're done. Is that anything else? Anything else? It is 12:04, and we will stand, yeah, adjourned? Adjourned.